Well, some of you might call this World War III. Well, I'm going to tell you something that's worse than World War III, and I'll tell you why. Because the enemy has infiltrated every country unknown. The enemy has infiltrated into our way of life every day without you realising that they are the enemy. And you're going to say, how is that? Well, I'll tell you how. Firstly, the CO2 ETS has just about been proven across the world to be a hoax. Everybody now realises that carbon dioxide is a necessary component in photosynthesis, and the more that you have in the atmosphere, the more and the faster the trees and the plants grow. So just about everybody now has realised that ETS was a hoax, and all it was is to collect money for the one world government, for the New World Order, for the Agenda 21, for the administration. And who's going to collect the money? The IMF, the World Bank. And who are they? The same people that are the self-elected rulers of the world under the New World Order. And they control the New World Order through the United Nations, CIA, CFR, Trilateral Commission, and their banks. Now, I'll tell you what's going on. They have been pushing that there's a climate change, and you're right, there is a climate change. But is the climate change normal, natural, from God? No. They are making the climate change. They've kept it a secret so that nobody knows, and they own the media, they control the media, so the media is not alerting to you what the latest technology is. With the HAARP, H-A-A-R-P, they can now direct a beam of the electromagnetic radio beams to any part of the globe at will, and you're going to see that the clouds that they are forming at will are serving the purpose of stopping it from raining. That's right, not seeding clouds to make rain, stopping it from raining. And you might ask why. Well, it's very easy to work out. They also own and control the companies that are going into every country to put down pipes, to put down recycled sewage to drink. They are the people that are taking over the water in every town throughout the world. So they eventually, if they dry up the sky, dry up the creeks, that will kill all of the ecosystem, but it's also going to dry up the dams and the water supply for the human beings. And then they can come in and sell you, your water, back to you at ridiculous prices. Now, you need to go into the sky and understand how to recognise the HAARP cloud, and then when you've recognised how to ID these HAARP clouds, you must get in touch with every one of your political people, the elected people in your government. No matter where you are in the world, you've got to swamp them with complaints that you want this so-called climate change, which is being man-made, to stop immediately. And if it means that you have to sever the relationships with the UN, then it has to be done. And I think that's what you'll have to do, because everybody is under a treaty with the United Nations, allowing them to do what they are doing, unbeknownst to you and without any approval from you. And the governments have got to wake up to the fact that they are getting climate change man-made. Now, as I promised you, these are some of the people, the heads of the New World Order and the World Health Organization, that have criminal charges laid against them by Jane Burgermeister. Now, remember, most of these people who are the bankers, the financiers of the world, they are the self-appointed New World Order. They want to be the rulers over you and every other human being on this earth. Don't forget, these people own the banks. They own the federal bank in your country. They make the money. They hand it over to the government. But they are also the people that now have criminal charges laid against them by Jane Burgermeister. And you can get that on the internet, and I'll put this up on the screen so you can know exactly where to go to get a copy of the criminal charges laid against them for using both the swine flu hoax and also to control the people through a false, fraudulent, man-made climate change. Now, if you're an old-fashioned farmer, you will know all about these clouds, and if you are a pilot going for your licence, you will be able to see these in your manual. Now, up the top, you'll see there's the contrails, but also the chemtrails. Then you've got cumulonimbus, then you've got cumulus, you've got nimbostratus, stratocumulus, you've got cirrostratus, and you've got cirrocumulus, cirrus, and altocumulus and stratus. Now they are the kinds of clouds that you've got to be able to see on your sky and identify them. Now let me show you what you have got coming in your cloud in the sky and see if you can identify what these are. Now this is the secret that you don't know and the media are not allowed to tell you about. The HAARP creates artificially curved ion clouds. They function like an optical lens, and these lens clouds are used to reflect the low frequency ELF waves. So you see, the American government, New World Order through the CIA, they are bombarding the sky with energy rays from a vast installation of antennas, and they're heating up the ionosphere, which in turn is stopping the rain from falling all over the country. And we've got people in the country towns that are screaming out for water. HAARP, it's already triggering floods, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tornadoes, cyclones and dust storms. And it was used for that China big, terrible earthquake. Pilots have been told to stay away from the area. 1 gigawatt of power from a HAARP unit is sufficient to burn a hole in the ionosphere. And the full output of 100 billion watts can destroy any target on Earth at any time. This is the power that the New World Order has over everybody on the Earth today.
Today, the day before and today, where forecast was rain. These are the clouds that now start to come early in the skies, and by the end of this day, instead of us getting our normal thunderstorm with an inch of rain, we'll get no rain at all. When there was going to be rain at the end of every day, these are the same clouds again. There it is. They are the HAARP clouds, and they are not natural clouds. They are artificial clouds made by HAARP, dry up the ionosphere, and that's drying up our creeks and killing off all of the animal life, bird life and insect life. Now you can see how low that cloud is. That is not a natural cloud. That's a HAARP cloud, and you can see how low it is. It is less than about 500, 600 feet. Now it's 5 o'clock in the day. That is not the kind of cloud that you would get if it was a normal form cloud. Now yesterday it was 32 degrees. Today it's going to be another day about 32 degrees. It's now 6:45 in the morning, and if you want to know why we're not got any rain today, already as you can see hanging there, lower than 1,000 feet, they've already got the HAARP clouds developing in the sky. And that cloud that we saw on 2 occasions this morning is still there, and it's hanging in still low, and this is that same kind of cloud that would form early in the morning on a frosty day, but the temperature now is 31 degrees and it's approximately 11 o'clock in the day. Now I'm standing at the same position as I was at the 9 o'clock and at the 6 o'clock, and as you can see, there's that same cloud. It's still hanging in there very low, but have a look at what's now forming again. There's the HAARP cloud forming again to make sure that all the moisture is driven up north into the sky, not come down as rain. Remember, this is the same day, same afternoon, 5 p.m, and I'm in the same place in the sky, and now we have all these new HAARP clouds being formed right in front of our eyes.
Well, I hope you can identify when you look up in the sky what kind of cloud is up there. And if they're HAARP clouds, you'll realise that they are stopping it from raining in your area on that day. And now I want to show you what else the HAARP is doing. It's killing off all the bees and the birds, and the whales are beaching themselves. Why? Because the HAARP is destroying the electromagnetic field around the Earth which they need to navigate from. Have a look at what's happening to the whale. Hundreds of thousands of birds have dropped out of the sky that are en route in their migratory action. Bees have disappeared in our bush, and in the next clip I'm going to show you just how fatal this is for our food supply.